So hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mission UGC Net Home Science. So this video is the continuation of the previous one. So today we are going to discuss about protein and lipids. So lipids, it include fat-like substances and oil. These are insoluble in water and soluble in organic solvent like ether, alcohol and benzene. They are energy producing foods. Animal fats are semi-solid under ordinary condition, and vegetable fats are mostly liquid and are called oils. Certain amount of fat is also needed by the body to serve as insulation against heat loss and as a cushion for some body organs. Hence, fats are stored under the skin and around the kidney and the liver. Lipids are organic compounds which are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Certain other elements like phosphorus, nitrogen may be present. Next is the classification of lipids. So, oils and fats, these are ester of fatty acids and glycerol. Oil are liquid, whereas fats are solid at room temperature. Compound lipids contain other radical in addition of three fatty acid combined with one molecule of glycerol, like phospholipids and glycolipids. So phospholipid, these contain the phosphoric acid and nitrogenous base in addition of two fatty acid and glycerol. Example is lecithin, cephalin. And so glycolipids, complex lipid containing carbohydrate in combination with fatty acid and glycerol like cerebrosides. Then waxes are the ester of fatty acid and long chain aliphatic alcohol. Derived lipids, these include steroid fatty acids and alcohol. Unsaturated fatty acids can be hydrogenated in the presence of nickel, which act as a catalyst. Vegetable ghee, that is the vanaspati, is made by the process of hydrogenation of unsaturated fatty acids. Then functions of lipids, so it is rich source of energy. It forms a layer of fat just under the skin which helps in maintaining the body temperature. So in vital organ like kidney, they have a thin layer of fat around them which protect them from shock and physical injury. Fat also helps in lubricating the gastrointestinal tract. Some of the fat soluble vitamin like vitamin A, D, E, K need fat for their proper utilization in the body. So it also helps in improving the palatability of diet and gives satiety value. So next is digestion and absorption of fat. So fat is not digested in the stomach. So the presence of fat in the diet delays the emptying of the food from the stomach. So most of the digestion take place in the intestine, and the bile emulsify the fat and put it in the form which permit more complete hydrolysis by the intestinal and the pancreatic enzymes. Fats are further broken down into fatty acids and glycerol. Bile salts and choline help in emulsifying these hydrolyzed compounds, producing micelles, which are absorbed through the brush border of the intestinal mucosa. During the absorption process, the fatty acid and glycerol are resynthesized into triacylglycerides. The process of digestion are absorbed through the wall of the small intestine and circulate throughout the lymph. Some of the fats is used to supply energy and the rest is stored as fat. So next is protein. The name protein was suggested by Mulder in 1838 to the complex organic nitrogen substances found in animal and plant tissue. The classification of proteins. First is simple protein. These include albumin, globulin, glutenin, prolamine, fibrous proteins, histones, and protamines. Next is conjugated protein. Include nucleoprotein, glycoprotein, phosphoprotein, hemoglobins, and lithoproteins. Then derived proteins include peptones, peptides, proteoses resulting from the action of enzyme on simple and conjugated proteins. So derived lipids also classify into complete protein which contain all the essential amino acid in adequate amount and which can support good growth, like proteins of milk, egg, meat, fish, liver, etc. Then partially complete protein, partially lacking in one or more essential amino acid but can maintain the nitrogen equilibrium in adults. Example is cereals, legume pulses, oil seeds. Then last is incomplete protein, the protein which are completely lacking in one or more essential amino acid and which does not promote any growth or even maintain the nitrogen equilibrium in adult. Example is zein in corn and gelatin. So next is effect of cooking on protein. So application of heat to protein cause coagulation and shrinkage. Moderately cooked protein is more easily digested than repair protein. So the excessive exposure to heat, as in roasting, will eventually reduce the nutritive value of protein. Certain food like pulses show marked improvement in nutritive value as a result of heat treatment because they contain substances which hinder the digestion of protein by the enzyme trypsin. Trypsin inhibitors are destroyed by heat during cooking. Then function of protein, it acts as a building new tissues in growth stages of life from conception up to the adulthood and after injury. It helps in maintenance of tissues already built and replacement of regular losses. Then it also acts as a regulatory substances for internal water and acid base balance. So it also acts as a precursors for enzyme antibodies, some hormones, and one of the B vitamins. So next is protein metabolism. So protein metabolism is done in 3 stages. First is breakdown and synthesis of tissue protein. So a part of the tissue protein is broken down continuously and is replaced by formation of new tissue protein from the amino acids supplied by the diet. Next is nitrogen balance. When the nitrogen intake equals the nitrogen lost from the body through urine and feces, the body is said to be in the state of nitrogen equilibrium. Next is oxidation of amino acid. So the amino acid not utilized for the formation of tissue protein are oxidized by enzyme in the liver. So amino acids are undergo oxidation and produce keto acids and ammonia. The amino acid thus formed is converted into urea in the liver and excreted in the urea. The keto acid are oxidized to yield energy. So this is it. Thank you. So please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get such interesting videos. Thank you.